All right. Greetings, everybody. This is your inner champion, and I am Steve Berlack, the Inner Vision Navigator. I'm your host. Today, we're going to be talking about why women can't see good men. It's a topic that we need to discuss. It's something that's been out there for some time, and we're still arguing about it, debating about it. And today, I have a wonderful guest who's going to help us decipher all of this and get through some of the issues that are affecting, whether or not women can actually see the good men out there. Yvette, would you please just introduce yourself? Let the folks know who you are, and then we're going to jump right to it.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Please excuse the hoarse throat, allergies, all of that.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm Yvette. I'm from the Boogie Down Bronx, but I am currently a resident of Maryland. And Steve, my frat brother, so graciously asked me to be on here, and I told him I'm going to give him all the answers to the best of my ability. Please bear in mind, I am a female, so I'm giving it to you from a female point of view. However, interactions and discussions with men gives me the ability to be able to maneuver some of the answers for the questions that Steve is going to present today.
Awesome, Yvette. Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. Let's jump right to this. So I want to give everybody just a quick story about what's the whole impetus to this, why I'm even doing this. I got my master's in education at Morgan State. Now, the reason why I mentioned that is because getting my master's, I was an older man. I wasn't a life coach at the time, but I had been in public speaking. I had already done the work that supported what I do now as a life coach. And so my life at that point had been about talking to people and helping them. And so as an older man on campus, I spoke to the younger men on campus all the time. And something popped out to me that was very interesting over, the years that I was there. There was one complaint in particular that these men shared with me. And the crazy thing was, we're talking about men that were going to college, who were getting great grades, who were studying, who had a vision. They were working toward a goal. They wanted families, they wanted legacy. But they weren't there yet. They weren't financially stable. Many of them were first-time college students in terms of their family. And their big complaint was that they couldn't find women on campus to date them. They were being completely ignored by the women on the campus. And guess who the women on campus were dating? Drug dealers on the corner. Right? Anybody older with money, no matter how they got the money, the women that these men were looking at as potential mates and dates were actually dating older men off campus who had no focus on their education at all, at least not formal, but focused on, getting money, even if it meant slinging drugs to do so. And that was a huge complaint. And their whole question was, what's up with that? So I'm going to throw it to you as the resident lady expert here. What's up with that? Why, what's your sense of it on your side of the aisle?
Okay, so what I'm receiving, or what I have received, is it appears as being raised, females are taught that when you get older, you're seeking security. And for women, security means financial security. That's just part of the definition, but that's a major part of the definition. Mm-hmm. You're taught that you're not to date anyone that doesn't have a good job or a respectable job or can't hold it down financially. So for some, that drug money, as you mentioned earlier, portrays to be a lot of it, and it appears to hold the person down as opposed to the one who's going out there and studying to get the good grades and going out there with an IT, let's say some sort of computer degree. We're not equating that at that age, because you said college level. At that age, you're not thinking, well, what is this degree going to take him? How much can he provide with that degree? All I know is what I'm seeing here and now is that money that that drug dealer is pulling in. I don't see that money that this IT person is pulling in. So how can I lean towards him as opposed to leaning with what the here and now and what my eyes see? In addition, it's also the thug, the drug dealer, they have that oomph. And so they feel protected by that individual because that individual has those street smarts. So I know when I'm out with him, I don't have to worry. Whereas if I'm out with the nerd, can they really protect me?
Thank you for that answer. It's very thoughtful. And it actually gives me two things that I want to address here, because that's a lot to unpack. So there's two things here, and I just want your thoughts on that. And two things. The first thing that comes to mind is one word: vision. Right here I am. I'm talking about these young men who are not there financially because, unfortunately, for the men out there who are making that kind of money, if they're doing it legit, if they're doing it legally, that takes time. These men aren't making that kind of money until they're in their 30s, at least, maybe 40s, sometimes 50s, right? That's one part of it. But what I talked about is that these men have a plan. They have a vision. They're trying to get somewhere. And what I kept hearing from you is women responding to what's happening right now. They're not thinking in terms of the vision of the future. They're thinking, well, this is what I see right now, and I'm responding to that. Now, of course, I wouldn't say all women do that, but I'm curious if you see that as part of the issue, is how we're looking at the future and whether or not today somebody can actually build toward that and be helped to build toward that. Or is that just he ain't got it and he ain't worthy?
Okay, so that actually could be answered with both of what you responded to. Let's be clear. How many people at college age are actually preparing for their future? You ask someone at college age that question that you ask them, and then you ask someone who may be in their late 30s, early 40s, you're going to get a different reaction. Because someone in college, they're not thinking about retirement. Why? Thinking about savings. Why am I putting money away? I'm dealing with the here and now. And the here and now is he has the money and he doesn't. How am I guaranteed that he will get the money with the education he has? So unfortunately, even though that may not necessarily be the right decision, sometimes you default as a human to the here and now. It's very challenging, even amidst COVID-19, to look for the future. It's a challenge, period. How do you know what tomorrow holds? You have people that say, well, tomorrow isn't promised. And those people are older. So that's where a lot of our challenges come in, dealing with the future, pursuing the future. What can happen in the future? And that might trickle into thoughts, feelings, perceptions, and why people say, well, I'm dealing with the here and now. I don't know what 10 years holds. Let me deal with what's in front of my face.
Coming next on Your Inner Champion, why women can't see good men.
Your desire for that protector has never changed, but that has consequences.
True.
If you want somebody to be that protector, he's going to be a man. That brings all kinds of other stuff with it.
Yes.
That means you want an alpha male. That means you want a man who knows what he wants, how he's going to get it, and expects things to happen a certain way.